So a lot of people are angry after the Supreme Court ruling, predominantly because even if you give someone 8 weeks to make shelters for dogs, is that even a possibility? Because for several years and perhaps around a decade, sterilizations of dogs have not happened, which have led to dog bites, which have led to dogs attacking humans, sometimes children, and that has created a negative narrative in their case, because of course they don't have a voice and they can't really speak for themselves. So those who do speak for them, I am with them. I have Maya. Maya, first of all, are you going to take this forward in a way that is legally sound? Because now the Supreme Court says they're giving you 8 weeks to make shelters. We went to a few MCD shelters today, just for context, and we saw that they were not up to mark. Many of them had faced suspension notices as well. So instead of just talking about what's happening, we can also think about the solutions.
Yes, Milan, of course. So basically, let me first bring to the forefront the fact that the Supreme Court order in and of itself is not legal, just due to the fact that we have very sacred existing constitutional laws passed in Parliament that nothing supersedes, certainly not a Supreme Court order. So what is already happening, the way that the Suamoto order happened, the fact that he wouldn't hear any appeals, all of that is not legal at all. Just because it's the Supreme Court doesn't automatically make it legal. It's gone about in a very, very crazy way. And everyone behind the scenes, lawyers, we are obviously going the legal route. Why we are here today is to register our peaceful protest in numbers, which is the only thing we can do.
Are you going to continue to protest like this?
Yes, definitely. As much as we can, we will continue to do it.
Is it only going to be restricted to Delhi? Is it also going to be in Noida, Gurugram, etc.?
I think there are ongoing protests. There's something in Gurugram today. I think as we get more organized, see, this caught us by it was complete shock and total surprise. Lawyers are in shock. Everybody's in shock. The judiciary is in shock. I have many friends who are in the Supreme Court, many friends who are lawyers, many friends who are very, very senior lawyers.
They're also pet lovers. They're also dog lovers.
Yeah, they are all banding together from a legal perspective. But from another angle, please understand, I'm speaking as somebody who takes care of 200 plus dogs by myself. I'm not an NGO, by myself. I have, by myself, not with the help of the NDMC and not with the help of the MCD, made sure that every one of those dogs is sterilized and vaccinated. Today, under my care, those 200 dogs, you will not see a single puppy. I have done this not only for the dog's sake, to ensure their well-being, to ensure their safety. Each one of them is the most gentle animal, but is also to ensure the safety of the people around. They are all in public places like Nehru Park, like Chanakyapuri, all over. I will defy you to find one aggressive dog amongst them. And I have done this not just for the dogs, I've done it for the people too. Everybody I work with, they are poorer people. They are malis, guards, security people from the security lines at the CSOI. They are all such kind people to the animals. It is not them who are the problem. So the point is that we are working our butts off, whether it is as NGOs or just private citizens here today, who are working day in and day out to do the job that the government and the civic authorities have failed to do for the last so many years. No MCD facilities are operational. The NDMC has lost their relationship with Friendicos because they didn't pay their bills. Okay. So they don't...
Friendicos is operating separately
privately. So we are paying out of our own pockets, working day and night to make the population sterile and to ensure we have a safe population vaccinated and sterilized. And what is the government doing?
Right. Ma'am, your good name?
Yeah, Aishwarya.
Ma'am, just before you put your point across, this whole narrative that has been created of dogs biting children, I myself have covered cases where little newborns have been mauled by dogs sometimes. There has been no provocation. But what is... how much does this impact this negative sentiment in the minds of people who are actually afraid of stray dogs now?
So you are absolutely right to say that there's this negative narrative that's sort of being publicized right now, and I guess the numbers should just speak for themselves. You should also look at the numbers of over 18,000 dogs being run over by people who are drinking and driving or road rage, and the bail for harming an animal in India is 50 rupees. So let's say that my loved pet is on the road and you have some young drunk driver who's run him over for fun. He gets away with a 50 rupee bail. And so yes, this narrative is very one-sided. It needs to be looked at from both ends. And the other thing that I want to say to you is that the bunch of us who are here protesting, We are a group of people who are compassionate and kind. We are wanting to nurture animals, and I feel that everybody should be sort of supporting us. Look at the kind of police that there is here, as if we're trying to be hooligans or creating trouble. We are compassionate, kind people, and that is what should be supported by the government. Why are we being ostracized and sidelined? I don't understand. It baffles me.
So few of them also came and said Jai Shri Ram, and we were going to the temple and we were not allowed to pray for our pets. So it's kind of mixing a social issue with a religion.
Yeah. I think those are just a few people. Everyone's looking for a way right now to be out in public safely without dealing with riot police and tear gas coming at us. When yesterday we were at India Gate, we were literally standing with candles, sitting in the lawns, just peaceful, and we got, cops trying to run us over in their cars and stuff. So we're just trying to be peaceful. We all understand it's 15th August. We understand. But I also do genuinely believe that this was timed towards August 15th so that we could not congregate in any public place. We have no choice because the manner in which it's done so suddenly, and MCD, by the way, is already picking up dogs. The MCD commissioner himself, who should have known the laws, he himself ordered 15 dogs to be relocated just 3 days or 4 days before the order was given, and today he's ordered for the rest.
So the problem is that the Supreme Court's taken this suo moto, and there are people at the higher levels of the government who have spoken about it. Maneka Gandhi has been speaking about it. Rahul Gandhi has reposted on social media, and there are other people who have. But since this is a Supreme Court ruling and the order has not been completely typed out yet, what is going to be your next strategy?
So the next strategy is, of course, we will continue what we are doing because this is the only way we can only amplify. There's so many people in India, celebrities, powerful people, and many BJP people, let me tell you, who I know personally, who love animals, who are currently scared to speak out because it's always a hierarchy there. But many people. We are not the only ones. There are many people of varying ranges of influence and who matter, who are speaking out slowly and coming out of the woodwork, and also from the legal standpoint, many of the judiciary speaking out. But of course, from a legal standpoint, everyone is doing what they can. And kind of in addition to what Aishwarya was saying about, the rabies cases and all that, yes, of course, we are duly aware of what is going on with cases. But let us please understand that I'm not dismissing it. I'm also just adding that there's a slew of misinformation, a slew of fake reporting, most of which is coming from certain media houses. I can name them if you wish. NDTV and Times of India, no? Okay. Well, a slew of misinformation and fake news, cases being reported as rabies that are later coming out as, being something else, such as meningitis. So, it's a slew of issues all coming together.
So then it's a fight between misinformation as well,
and fake news,
and also
and bad reporting, I would say. Reporting.
Okay, and also the fact that this was taken up suo moto by the Supreme Court, and if you are planning to fight this legally, then you will have to also bring in your lawyers and legal experts into the matter.
There's a slew of legal experts already on it. The problem is the way that it's been done, suo moto, and by a Supreme Court judge without any he refused to hear any pleas. He refused to let anyone come before him. That doesn't leave us with a lot of options. Now they're saying the only way you can file an appeal is if someone from the center files the appeal, which I think has happened. So they are not giving us any avenues.
Are you planning to do a bigger congregation after the 15th of August?
I think we will just keep doing this till something happens. I don't think a single person here is willing to let any one of their dogs, whether they take care of one dog, 50, 200 like me, willing to let them die just like that without doing anything. We are here and we'll keep being here.
Thank you, Maya. And because this is an issue that cuts across political lines, so it's not about a particular political party, but it's about a social problem that dogs of course have nowhere to stay in the entire country. They stay on the street, especially the strays, and many of them who have been talking about adopting the strays, bringing them to their homes also is another issue, because not everyone can actually bring a stray home and train him and feed him or her or take care of him. So it's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. But then the real issue is, why haven't sterilizations happened? And why demonize the poor dogs who perhaps attack because they feel scared, and they raise their voice, but for the voiceless there is no one to raise their voice, which is why the humans have come forward now. And of course this fight is going to go long until such time that the Supreme Court or perhaps some legal recourse brings in some sort of relief. With Manish Biduri, this is Milan Sharma for India Today.